ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैर्रणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Let us read the Bhashyam. आक्षेपः नित्यानि प्रत्यवाय परिहारार्थं अनुष्ठेयानि इति चेत् समाधानं न असन्न्यासि विषयत्वात् प्रत्यवाय प्राप्तेः न हि अग्निकार्यादिकरणात् सन्न्यासिनः प्रत्यवायः कल्पयितुं शक्यः यथा ब्रह्मचारिणाम् असन्न्यासिनामपि कर्मिणाम् न तावत् नित्यानां कर्मणाम् भावादेव भावरूपस्य प्रत्यवायस्य उत्पत्तिः कल्पयितुं शक्या युक्ता च कथम् असतः सत् जायेत इति असतः
इति असतः
सत् जन्म असंभव श्रुतेः यदि विहित अकरणात् असंभाव्यम् अपि प्रत्यवायम् ब्रूयात् वेदः तदा अनर्थकरः वेदः प्रामाणिकम् इति युक्तं स्यात् इति उक्तं स्यात् विहितस्य करण-करणयोः करण अकरणयोः दुःखमात्रफलत्वात् to this visa. So here the discussion on Pratyavaya is seen. Purva Pakshi raised the objection, the akshepa, that nitya karmani, nityani karmani, pariharartam sarvada anushteyani. What pariharartam? Pratyavaya pariharartam. Pratyavayaha ityukte papam, pratyavaya papam. So papa pariharartam. Pratyavaya papa pariharartam karmani sarvada sarvatha sarvaihi anušteyani iti. Nitya karma should be done not for gaining any new thing, but to avoid the pratyavaya papa. One will not get a new thing, or the new result, the new effect will not be seen by the observance of nitya karma. On the contrary, observing, doing nitya karma, one can avoid pratyavaya papa. So pratyavaya is a dosha, is a defect, is a papam that one incurs by avoiding one's karma, nitya karma. As though we accept pratyavaya in the beginning, the Siddhanti, the Bhashyakara, he says, this pratyavaya, what you say, for not observing the karma, it depends on the adhikari. It is asanyasi vishayatvat. It is the vishaya. It is the vishaya. It is a subject matter for not sannyas. Sannyas. It means grihastha. Grihastha, brahmachari. It is vishaya for them. Pratyavaya praptehi. For gaining the pratyavaya, this dosha, this papam, it is not for sannyasi. It is not sannyasi vishaya. It is other than sannyasa ashrama vishaya. So it is for the grihastha, brahmachari and vanaprastha. And also brahmachari cannot do certain karma which grihastha do. Why? Because the qualification is grihastatvam. Being a grihastha is a qualification. Patni should be there. Therefore, Agni Karyadi अकरणात् संन्यासिनः प्रत्यवायः कल्पयितुं न शक्यः. So therefore, sannyasi, because he is a sannyasi, has given up Agni Karya, he cannot do the Agni Karma. So therefore, he cannot imagine even Pratyavaya Papa for sannyasi. Why? Because Brahmacharinam, Asanyasinam, Karminam api. Brahmachari, who is not a Grihastha, he cannot do certain karma which the Grihasthas do, like Agnihotra, the karma. He has got Adhikaritvam only in doing Sandhya Vandana, the karma, not in Agnihotra karma. The Brahmachari itself doesn't have Adhikaritvam. And sannyasi was given up Agni karma. So, therefore, it is not possible even to imagine Pratyavaya Papa for sannyasi for not doing the karma. Because karma not there. You see, it's only asannyasi vishayatva because tana vishayatva. Therefore, you cannot imagine even this dosha for a sannyasi. This is one answer. As though we accept the Pratyavaya dosha, this type of vada, Abhyupadama vada, and Vashikara then says that really there is no Pratyavaya papam. Pratyavaya papam, born of avoiding this Nitya karma. By not doing Nitya karma, one cannot get Pratyavaya papam. Because karma is doing. For doing only there is a karya. Doing is a karanam. The karanam will have an effect karya. Not doing will give rise to a karya is really absurd, illogical. Not doing nitya karma is abhava rupa, absence of karma gives rise to the presence of papa, pratyavaya papa. Pratyavaya is bhava rupa. It is present, it exists, and nitya karma, not doing nitya karma is absence. So from the absence, you are producing something which is present, which is existent. So a non-existent thing becomes a cause for an existent thing. How can it be? It is a dosha. It is logically a defect. From a bhava is born. Abhava is asataha, bhava is sat. Asataha sat katam jayeta iti katam aksheparte. Au asataha, from a non-existent thing, the existent thing can be born. Iti Chandogya Upanishad, the Vakya is that, so Bhashikara quotes that Shruti Vakyam. Iti Sat Janma Asambhava Shrutehe Asataha Sat Janma Asambhava Shrutehe. So therefore, not only that Shruti Vakya is required here, even our Anubhava also, our experience in the Vyavahara also is like that. We know from our experience. Not doing a karma give rise to a result. What result? Pratyavaya. That how can it be? Akarane pratyavayaha na bhavati. So akarane, not doing, akarane pratyavayaha itself is a dosha. It's a defect in the argument. That is the second argument. First we shoot a simple astra. Later we take a Brahmastra and destroy the opponent. The very topic Pratyavaya itself we don't accept. It is dismissed, illogical. It is illogical with regard to our experience in the Vyavahara, and also Shruti also says, Asataha Sat Katam Jayeta iti. Suppose a person has not taken bath for a week. He has not taken bath, snanam na kritavan. So it is akaranam. Snanam is a karma. He has not done akarana. Snana akaranam. What is the effect? Snana akaranam. What is the effect? Gandhasya utpattihi. Smell. The person doesn't take for a bath. The body will produce smell. So, snana akaranam, that becomes the karanam for gandhasya utpattihi. So, snana akarane gandhasya utpattihi. Can we say like this? Snana akaranam, snana akaranat gandhasya utpattihi iti. Can we say not taking bath gives rise to the smell? There is no connection. Really, there is no connection between not taking bath and the utpatti of this gandha, the smell. What is a connection? How can not taking bath can create smell? Not taking bath will not create smell. Smell is created by what? By sweat. It is created by sweat, or maybe other causes may be there. It is not taking bath creates smell or produces smell. Smell is produced by sweat. So taking bath is remove the smell created by sweat. In the cold climate, many people, they don't take bath at all. There is no sweat. Therefore, there is no smell also. So, smell may be there because of some other reason, but not because of sweat, because sweating itself is not there. Therefore, not taking bath, snana akaranam, that is not the cause for smell. It is the cause. It is not the cause for the production of the smell. The smell is because of the sweat. Sweat creates smell, and the smell can be removed by taking bath. So, taking bath removes smell, and the smell created by the sweat. So, not taking bath produces smell. To say it is not correct. It is the non-removal of the non-removal of this smell, the non-removal of the smell created by this sweat, the smell created by the sweat. Sweat only creates the smell. So therefore, snana akaranam, it is the cause for the cause for the non-removal of the smell, and the smell would have been removed if the person had taken snanam. So, therefore, it's a simple logical thing. Similarly, here also, not doing nitya karma creates papam, it is not correct. Not doing cannot produce anything. Not taking bath do not produce smell. Smell is caused by the sweat. The body generates sweat and therefore smell is there. By taking bath, the smell can be removed. That's all. Similarly, not doing nitya karma do not produce papam. By doing nitya karma, the papam can be removed. So, to say not doing produces prativaya papam is not correct. Then what is the papam we are talking about? We have a lot of papam. Prarabdha, the prarabdha is running now. The janma itself is because of the prarabdha karma. So every day our prarabdha manifests when we get up in the morning, and today what is going to manifest, we don't know. That is why in the morning begins with the sankalpa. When we do puja, when we do sandhyavandana karma, when we do, we say Omopata samasta durita kshayadvara Sri Parameshwara Prityartham. The Durita is Papa. Durita is the Papa karma which may manifest my Papa karma, what I did before, what is in store for me, what is in store in my account, which may manifest today. For that Kshayartham, Samasta Durita Kshayartham, Pratah Sandhya Vandanam Karishye, Madhyanikam Karishye, or whatever may be the karma, the puja, the karma agam Karishye, for nullifying the papam, because the papam, it is there. It is there already, it may manifest. Therefore, to nullify that, I am doing this karma. See, that sankalpa is there almost in every karma. Every Vedic karma, it is there. So, not doing do not produce the papam. Papam is already is there. It is there in my account and it manifests. So, not doing, that doesn't produce. But doing, this papam can be reduced or papam can be nullified. That is why nitya karma is suggested. By doing nitya karma, the obstacle, the papam which may come in the form of obstacles in our endeavor, whatever attempt, whatever we are trying to accomplish, may come as an obstacle. To nullify that, nitya karma is done, should be done. Not doing nitya karma do not produce any new papam. It is abhava. Abhava bhava utpattihi katam bhavet. Therefore, nitya karma, doing nitya karma removes what? Removes the papam which is there, which is there in my account, which manifests. That papam is removed. Therefore, nitya karma akaranam cannot remove the papam which exists, because there is no relationship between the two. The karma is not the cause. Nitya karma is not the cause for the papam. Papam is there already. For nullifying that, only we are doing this nitya karma, any karma, any Vedika, smartha karma, pujadi karma. The papam which have been earned, which has been earned by me due to my karma, either in this life itself or the previous life, the papam, water papam is there, and that papam may come as an obstacle, or come in the form of a bad experience. To remove that only nitya karma. Nitya karma is done. So, therefore, when nitya karma is not done, the non-performance of the nitya karma, what does it do? It doesn't remove the existent or reduce the existent papa. So nitya karma akarane papa papa vinashaha na bhavati. Papasya vinashaha na bhavati. Papa vinasha doesn't happen, or papa doesn't get reduced when nitya karma is not done. If you want to reduce the papam, then do this nitya karma. Papam already being there, to reduce that, you do nitya karma. So therefore, pratyavaya papa, to nullify the pratyavaya papam is here. Pratyavaya means the papam which is already there. To nullify that, nitya karma is suggested. So that pratyavaya, the papam which is not removed, by observance of, by non-observance of nitya karma. The papam which is not removed by the non-observance of nitya karma is called pratyavaya. And the pratyavaya, the continuity of the papam is called pratyavaya. And the papam has to be removed. That's why nitya karma is suggested. Whether you want to remove it or not, that is your choice. If you want to remove, if you want durita to be removed, then observe nitya karma. Do nitya karma. New papam is not created by non-observance of nitya karma. That is what we say. So, therefore, papam being already there, so not observing nitya karma do not produce it. So, pratyavaya is not produced by akarana, not observing, not non-observance of nitya karma. It is like what? It is like snana akarane gandhasya utpattihi. Non-bathing, snana akarana, what it causes? It causes non-removal of sweat. It causes non-removal of, not sweat, non-removal of this smell. So like that only here also. So therefore, pratyavaya, that idea, that concept is dismissed. Really, pratyavaya is not created by not doing the nitya karma. That is dismissed. So if you do it, it is good for you because all the durita karmas are removed, or it is effect is reduced. But if you say that akarane, nitya karma akarane, this non-performance of nitya karma, by that a new karma pala in the form of papam, pratyavaya papam will be born. If you say, then Veda will cease to be a pramana. It loses the status of being a pramana. Veda will lose its pramanyatvam. Pramanyatvam means the status of being a pramana. Anadhigata, abadita, artavat, jnana janakam pramanam, bodha janakam pramanam. So Veda is pramana. Why? Because it fulfills all the conditions to be a pramana. It gives rise to a knowledge, jnana janakam, and it is abaditam, not negated by other means of knowledge, and it is anadhigata, not covered by other means of knowledge. So therefore Veda is a pramana. It gives rise to jnanam, which cannot be gained through other means of knowledge. And also it is artavat. Arthavati, and it should have prayojanatvam. Regarding prayojanatvam, we the Siddhanti, the Advaitins, we differ. The Pramanam need not have prayojanatvam. Anyway, Mimamsaka say prayojanatvam api avashyakam. Fine. A Pramanam must be useful. That argument also we can accept. But really, a Pramanam need not be useful also. Pramanam generates knowledge. That's all. Now, from a non-existent thing, existent thing comes, if you say, then Veda becomes problem. If Veda say the non-performance of nitya karma gives rise to pratyavaya papam, That is, from a non-existent thing, existent thing is born. That is negated by our pratyaksha anubhava, pratyakshadi anubhava. And Veda says, when it is negated by other pramanam, then Veda will lose its pramanatvam. That's what Bhashyakara says. So, iti Vedaha bruyat, then what happens when Vedaha apramanam iti uttam syat, Veda becomes a apramana. So therefore, because it is badita by our pratyakshadi pramana, it is badita. What Veda says, it is negated by our pratyakshadi pramanam. It is pratyaksha. It is our perception in the world. What? From a abhava bhava utpatti, from a non-existent existent thing produced. It is negated by our pratyaksha anubhava in the world. Therefore, since it is negated by pratyaksha pramana, if Veda says asataha sat jayeta iti, then it becomes a problem. Therefore, Veda will become invalid. It will lose its pramanatvam, pramanyatvam. And also, if Veda says the person doesn't do nitya karma, he will have papam. The papam means dukkam. So, doing karma also creates dukkam, because karma involves effort, and not doing also gives dukkam. Then it becomes anarthakara. It is a cause for anartha, problem. It creates problem only. So it becomes a anarthakara. Anarthakara is it creates it is the source. It is a source of problem. Anartham karoti iti anarthakara. Veda will become anarthakara. So therefore, vigita akaranat pratyavayam asambhavyam api iti vedah bruyat pramanam iti yuktam syat, then anarthakaram itya also. So two things Bhashyakara says. One is apramanam, Veda will become apramanam. That dosha will come if we accept pratyavaya. Another dosha is this anarthakara, anartham karot. So that two doshas are pointed out. Two doshas are pointed out. So therefore, vigitasya karana yogo dukkamatra palatvat. Why Bhashyakara says doing and not doing, it produces dukkha. Vigita karma karane dukkha anubhavam. Vigita karma akarane api dukkha anubhavam eva. So dukkha matra palatvat. So Veda becomes a source of problem. But Veda is not a source of problem. How can a pramanam can be a source of problem? The pramanam cannot be a source of problem. A pramanam creates knowledge. It reveals. Pramana means it's a revealer. So therefore, these doshas will come if we accept pratyavaya. So up to this is what we read now. Now Bhashyakara says further, we will read Tatacha Karakam Shastram na Tatacha Karakam Shastram na Jnapakam iti Anupapannartam kalpitam syat. Therefore, Tatacha, Bhashyakara says, if you say that Nitya karma, when not done, produces pratyavaya papam, then Veda becomes a karaka. What is a Karaka? Karaka here, it means it is a producer, a creator. Karakam is Kriyam Karoti iti Karakam. Kriyam Nirvartayati iti Karakam. Veda becomes a Karaka. Shastram becomes a Karaka. Na Jnapakam iti. Pramanam is not a Karaka. Pramanam is a Jnapaka. You open your eyes, you see the object. Is it a Karakam or it's a Jnapaka? Opening the eyes, you see a tree, a huge vriksha. Vriksha is not produced by the opening of your eyes. So it is not a Karakam. It doesn't produce the vriksha. Vriksha is there and it is revealed to you when your eyes are opened. This is regard to all the Pramanam. So, Shastram being a Shabda Pramanam, it is not a Karakam, it is Jnapakam. But if we accept by Pratyavaya, then what happens? It becomes a Karakam, not Jnapakam. That is not proper. Anupapannam, Anupapannartham Kalpitam Syat. Kalpitam is, it is this untenable idea, this untenable concept is imagined on the Shastram. What is that untenable idea, the concept? Shastram is the producer, not the revealer. If it is not the revealer, then it is not a Pramana. Shastram reveals, doesn't produce anything. Shastram is a revealer of means and ends, including Veda Purva. Veda Purva, there are many means to gain ends. The ends are known, maybe known or maybe unknown. Swargaloka, etc., unknown. Are known ends like Putra or Vrishti, etc. For the known ends, unknown means are there. So it is a revealer. If you want to know cooking, you can read the book How to Cook. Reading the book How to Cook doesn't produce. It reveals the knowledge. You gain the knowledge how to cook. So it is a revealer only. It is not the producer. By reading the book, you won't see all the dishes on your dining table. Therefore, Veda is not a Karakam. If you accept Pratyavaya Papa, then it becomes, this dosha will come. It becomes a Karaka. Veda do not produce anything. It is a Jnapaka. It reveals. So, therefore, Veda cannot create Pratyavaya Papa. That is, Veda means that non-observance of Nitya Karma Akarane Pratyavaya iti Shastram cannot say, because Veda, if that Veda says, Shastram says, then Shastram becomes a Karaka. It's not a Jnapaka. Therefore, this your thinking, this idea of yours is Anupapannam. It is not correct. It is illogical, not tenable. This untenable idea is imagined by you. That Shastram is imagined by you, but untenable idea, this Pratyavaya Papam. If it is so, then Shastram becomes a Karakam, a Jnapakam. Therefore, your concept of this Pratyavaya Papa, that Akarane Pratyavaya, it is not tenable. If it is, if you hold on to that, then Shastram becomes a Pramana. So, therefore, na cha etat ishtam.
Etat
na ishtam. This is not desirable. Bashakara said, therefore, this is not desirable. What is not desirable? We cannot dismiss the Shastra. We have to surrender to Shastram and accept what the Shastram says. If there is any contradiction, the contradiction we have to resolve by ourselves in our understanding. We should not doubt the Shastra. And being a Vaidika, nobody knows the Shastra. Even the Purva Pakshi here, Vritikara, they accept, they are Astika. As being Astika, they accept Shastra Pramanam. So, therefore, if they don't accept Shastram, then we need not discuss all these things at all. Why do we discuss Nitya Karma, Akarana and all? Therefore, they also, being a Astika, they accept Shastra as a Pramana. So, therefore, we have to teach them in their own language because they are also Astika. Therefore, make them see the fallacy in this argument. The fallacy will lead to what? Will lead to the Apramanyatvam Shastra that nobody wants. So, therefore, there is no choice for the Purva Pakshi. So, he has to accept this Akarane Pratyavaya Doshaha, Papam is not tenable. Therefore, Tasmat
Tasmat
Asanyasinam Karmani.
Sanyasinam karmani.
Therefore, because we have seen the reasons, Bhashyakara has given the reasons why we say therefore Tasmat Sanyasinam na Karmani. There are no karma for the sannyasi. Therefore, Akarane Pratyavayaha, it is not possible. Na Upapanna. Then, therefore, okay, Sanyasinam Karmani na. Sannyasis do not have karma. So what is that? So what is that we are trying to establish? Ataha Jnana Karmanoho Samuchaya Anupapattihi. That is what we are interested in. We are not interested in even in the discussion of Pratyavaya. Pratyavaya is there or not? We are not interested. We are interested in establishing the fact for moksha, jnanam is required. Moksha, jnanam alone is required. Jnanat eva kaivalyam. Jnanat eva kaivalyam. Not karma sagita jnana. Not the jnana karma samuchaya. Karma do not have any role in giving moksha. That is what our Siddhanta is, and to establish that, all these things we have to establish, prove it. So therefore, coming back to the topic, the main topic of discussion. The discussion is Jnana Karma Samuchaya. That is dismissed. Anupapattihi is, it is not tenable. Why not tenable? Because sannyasi do not do karma. Therefore, Akarane Pratyavaya is not there for sannyasi. If it is not there for sannyasi, it is similarly for other ashrama also. It is same for other ashrama. So, Grihastha ashrama, they do karma. By karma, they will not gain moksha. If at all they gain moksha, it is only through jnana. Similarly for brahmachari, vanaprastha. Sorry. Therefore, for jnanam, for moksha, jnanam is required. There is no samuchaya. No samuchaya required between jnana and karma. There is no combination. The combination is anupapattihi. It is not tenable. Therefore, sannyasis who are committed to gaining jnanam, they give up karma, and because they have given up karma, therefore jnana karma samuchaya is not seen in them, and they gain moksha. Therefore, it is proved. What it is proved? That jnana karma samuchaya is not required. It's not correct. Karma is not required. Karma is only for preparation. Preparation for jnana yogyata prapti. Jnanateva kaivalyam. Moksha is not achieved, not gained by karma. Moksha is not a karya. It is not an effect, something which is produced by a karma. If it is a karya, we saw 4 types of effect it can produce. Apyam, utpattihi, then samskaryam, then vikaryam. Moksha is not an event. It is not something which is produced. Moksha is siddha vishaya. You are muktaha. It is siddhaha. You don't become muktaha. You don't become muktaha. It is siddha vishayatvat. Karma na apeksham. Karma apeksham na bhavati. Then, therefore, jayasi chet karmanaste
जायसे चेत्
कर्मणस्ते
कर्मणस्ते
mata buddhihi iti
मता
मता
बुद्धिः
बुद्धिः
arjunasya prashna anupapattescha
अर्जुनस्य
अर्जुनस्य
प्रश्न अनुपतश्च
अनुपपत्तिश्च
Therefore, Arjunasya prashnaha anupapattihi. The question of Arjuna, jayasi chet karmanaste matha buddhir janardana iti. Arjuna he asked in the 3rd chapter, first shloka. So, jayasi chet karmanaha, it means karmanaha buddhihi jayasi. Compared to karma, buddhi, that jnanam is jayasi, it is superior, greater. If it is so according to you, hey Krishna, iti Arjuna asked. So, if jnana karma samuchaya is required, then the question of this Arjuna becomes untenable. If jnana and karma is required for moksha, there is no question of asking buddhi is jayasi, greater than karma, then why you are engaging in karma? Arjuna will not ask. The question of Arjuna, it becomes anupapatti, untenable. Therefore, it's very clear there is no jnana karma samuchaya. It is revealed in the statement, in the question of Arjuna itself. Therefore, Arjunasya anupapattehe panchami, it is a hetu. Because of the anupapatti, untenability of the question of Arjuna, untenability means it is illogical. What is tenable is logical. So untenable is illogical, untenability. What is that untenability here? Jnana karma samuchaya. If it is tenable, then Arjuna will not ask this question. Jnana karma samuchaya is tenable, Arjuna will not ask this question. This question has no meaning. Therefore, jnana karma samuchaya is untenable. Therefore, only this question comes. You cannot combine jnana and karma for moksha. If jnana and karma can be combined for moksha, then why this question arises? So, therefore, yadi hi bhagavata
यदि हि
यदि
भगवता
भगवता
द्वितीयाध्याये
द्वितीयाध्याये
ज्ञानं कर्म च
ज्ञानं कर्म च
समुच्चयेन
समुच्चयेन
त्वया अनुष्ठेयम् इति उक्तं स्यात्.
त्वया अनुष्ठेयम् इति युक्तं स्यात्
इति उक्तं स्यात्. ततः अर्जुनस्य
अर्जुनस्य
प्रश्नः अनुपपन्नः ध्यायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते
जायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते
मता बुद्धिः इति. यदि हि भगवता द्वितीयाध्याये ज्ञानं कर्म च अनुसमुच्चयेन त्वया अनुष्ठेयम् इति उक्तं स्यात्. If it has been यदि उक्तं स्यात्, if it has been told, by whom? by Bhagavan, Bhagavata. Yadi uktam syat, if it is told, if it has been told by Bhagavan, where in the second chapter, Dvitiya Adhyaye, Jnanam Karma cha Tvaya Anušteyam Samuchayena. Samuchayena is simultaneously you have to observe Jnanam and Karma for Moksha Tvaya Anušteyam iti. If Bhagavan has taught or told in the second chapter, Tataha, then Arjunasya Prashnaha Anupapannaha. Then the question of Arjuna is Anupapanna, it is tenable. But Bhagavan, he had not told like that. Bhagavan had not told. So, Arjunasya Prashnaha, therefore, because Bhagavan had not told, therefore Arjunasya Prashnaha Anupapannaha. If Bhagavan had told, then Arjunasya Prashnaha Upapannaha. But Bhagavan had not told like that. Jnanam karma cha samuchayena taya anushteyam iti. Bhagavan had not told. Therefore, Arjunasya Prashnaha is Anupapannaha. If Bhagavan had told, then it is Upapannaha. Bhagavan had not told, therefore it is Anupapannaha. So, therefore, the second chapter by the Bhagavan, this Jnana Karma Samuchaya, the knowledge and karma, are to be simultaneously performed by you. If Bhagavan had told this, then the question of Arjuna is Anupapannaha. Arjuna did not ask, why should you ask if Jnanam and karma are to be combined? Then why did Arjuna ask this question? Jayasi chet karma nasti. When both are required, then Arjuna's question becomes untenable. If Bhagavan had told, then it becomes untenable. If Bhagavan had not told, therefore this question is Bhagavan Jnana Karma Samuchaya, he has not talked about Jnana Karma Samuchaya at all. He has not talked about, because it is understood Jnanena Mokshaha Natu Karmana iti. Therefore, the question of Arjuna is tenable. So the tenability of the question of Arjuna, we have to see, we have to prove it. Arjuna's question becomes tenable. It is there in the third chapter, question is there, therefore it is tenable. When the Samuchaya has not been told by Bhagavan, then only it is tenable. Samuchaya not taught by Bhagavan. Therefore, Arjuna's question is tenable. Yadi Bhagavata Samuchayena Anushteyam iti uktam. If Bhagavan had told Jnanam and Karma to be combined, then question of Arjuna becomes Anupapannaha, untenable. Already I had told. Then why do you ask me this? Then why not why do you ask me? Then if already I had told that Jnanam and Karma to be combined, then your question is, what is your question? Your question is, it's a stupid question. Both have to be combined, already I had told. Then you're asking, this is better than that. There is nothing better, because Samuchaya is what I taught. You're asking which is better. There is no question of which is better. If Samuchaya is what I taught. But Bhagavan did not teach. Therefore, Samuchaya not there. Therefore, this question is tenable. Then, the next line. Arjunaya chet.
Arjunaya chet
Buddhi karmani tvaya anušteye iti yukte.
buddhi karmani tvaya
iti yukte. Ya karmanaha
ya karmanaha
jayasi buddhihi
jyayasi buddhihi
sa api ukta eva iti.
sa
api
Tat kim karmani gore mam
tat kim
कर्मणि घोरे मां
niyojayasi keshava iti.
niyojayasi
केशव इति
Prashnaha
prashnaha
na katanchana upapadyate.
न कथञ्चन उपपद्यते
उपपद्यते
Chet. Chet is if it is so. Arjunaya chet. Arjunaya chet buddhi karmani toya anušteye iti ukte. Ya karmanah jayasi buddhihi saapi ukta eva iti tatkim karmani ghore ma niyojayasi keshava iti prashnaha na katanchana upapadyate. So, how this question of Arjuna is not tenable. It is Bhashakara says further. Arjunaya chet. Suppose Arjunaya for Arjuna. Buddhi karmani. Buddhi karmani is Ditya. Dvivachanam. Buddhischa karmacha. Toya. Buddhi karmani. Buddhi karmani. Anušteye. Buddhi karmani anušteye. Karmani priyoga. Toya buddhi karmani anušteye. If buddhi, that is jnanam, karma, karmani, karma, so buddhi and karma, jnanam and karma, knowledge and action, toya anušteye, samuchayena, simultaneously. Because samuchayavadi argues about jnana karma samuchaya, therefore. So if buddhi, jnanam and karma are to be observed by you, iti Arjunaya, to Arjuna, iti ukte, if it had been told by Bhagavan, Bhagavata Arjunaya ukte, che Arjunaya Bhagavata uktam chet, this buddhi karmani anušteye iti. Then, ya karmanaha jayasi buddhihi, ya karmanaha jayasi ya buddhihi. Ya is referring to buddhi, ya buddhihi, the knowledge, which is jayasi, which is superior, greater than what? Karmanaha. Karmanaha is Panchami. Panchami is there for comparison. Ya buddhihi, karmanaha jayasi, that buddhi, that the knowledge which is superior, greater than karma. Sa api, sa referring to buddhi. Sa is ya and sa referring to buddhi. Sa buddhi api ukta eva. Sa buddhi api ukta eva, that buddhi, the knowledge also, ukta eva told. Ukta eva told. So it means when Arjunaya, to Arjuna, if Bhagavan had taught jnana and karma, both. If jnana and karma, samuchaya had been taught by Bhagavan. Both have been taught by Bhagavan. Then, ya buddhihi karmanaha jayasi, ya buddhihi karmanaha jayasi, that buddhi which is greater than karma, that jnanam greater than karma, that also been told. When both are told, you cannot single out one thing. Therefore, Tatkim karmani gorema miyo jayasi. Why do you engage me in this terrible action? Iti Arjuna's prashna is na katanchana upapadyate. It is not tenable. When jnanam and karma both are prescribed, Arjuna cannot ask why the other one is not suggested by you. If both have been prescribed, then Arjuna will not ask this question. Arjuna will not ask this question, why you engage me in this terrible action, karma. So, if it had been taught by Bhagavan to Arjuna, jnanam and karma both are to be simultaneously observed by you, and pursued by you, then knowledge which is greater than action, it is knowledge which is superior to karma, that also stands to be prescribed by Bhagavan. Then this question, why do you engage me in this Gora karma, Arjuna would not have asked. It is not tenable. It is not tenable on the part of Arjuna. Na katanchana upapadyate, anupapadyate. Prashnaha na anupapadyate. The prashna is not anupapanna. It is prashna is not tenable if both had been taught by Bhagavan. If both had been taught by Bhagavan, and Bhagavan has told that buddhi is greater than jnana, and both have been taught. Both have to be observed by Arjuna, and buddhi is greater than jnanam. Buddhi is greater than karma. Sapi ukta eva iti. That also has been taught. Then this question of Arjuna is not tenable because buddhi is greater. Jnanam is greater than karma. That also suggested, prescribed by Bhagavan. And Bhagavan only told Jnanam and karma have to be observed simultaneously. Then you cannot ask, why do you engage me in this Gora karma? You cannot ask that question itself, not tenable. So, if Jnana karma samuchaya is what Bhagavan had taught, and compared to karma, Jnanam is greater, that also Bhagavan had taught, then Arjuna's question becomes untenable. Arjuna's question is not tenable, na katanchana upapadyate. Because you have to see the teaching of Bhagavan. Bhagavan had taught me that I should combine both jnanam and karma for moksha. Then why do you engage me in this terrible action? You cannot ask. Even though the jnanam is greater than karma, but both have to be done. That is what Bhagavan had prescribed. So, therefore, then the next line. Nacha Arjunasya eva jayasi buddhihi na anushtheya iti.
Jayasi anushtheya iti.
Bhagavata uttam purvam iti.
Purvam iti.
Kalpayitum yuktam.
Kalpayitum yuktam.
Yena jayasi chet iti.
Jayasi chet.
Prashnaha syat.
Prashnaha syat.
So here Bhashyakara says, Purupakshi may say that Bhashyakara imagines, and therefore he says that. What is that imagination of, what is that imagination that Purupakshi would say? That is this Upadesha of Jnana Karma Samuchaya taught by Bhagavan to only Arjuna. It is taught by Bhagavan only to Arjuna. Arjunasya eva, the eva kara is important. Arjunasya eva jayasi buddhihi anushtaya iti. If there's this has been taught only to Arjuna, then it is tenable, then it is Jnana Karma Samuchaya only. Because Jnana Karma Samuchaya, it is only for Arjuna, not for everybody. Not for all the people, only for Arjuna. Understanding the condition of Arjuna, the status of Arjuna is quality. So Bhagavan had taught this Jnana Karma Samuchaya only to Arjuna. Arjunasya eva. But it means what? For Arjuna, this Jnana Karma Samuchaya is required for moksha, whereas for other, not required. Jnanena mokshaha. So if you take like that, then the question of Arjuna becomes tenable. There is no illogical in the question of Arjuna, illogicality in the question of Arjuna. Therefore, Jnana Karma Samuchaya is there. So, with regard to the particular individual, Arjuna only, this Jnana Karma Samuchaya is suggested by Bhagavan, not for everyone. So, therefore, Jnana Karma Samuchaya only. Iti Purvabakshi may say, Bhashyakara imagines. Purvabakshi, if he says so, then what? then what we have to say? This argument may look simple, but there is it's important. It's important in the sense that even for one person we cannot accept. If one person you accept Jnana Karma Samuchaya, that is enough for the Purva Pakshi to establish Jnana Karma Samuchaya. It is enough for the Purva, because when you say Jnana Karma Samuchaya for one person, for that person, this moksha is produced by the combination of this karma and jnanam. And that karma is also involved for producing, but that accepting even for one person, it dismisses the strong Siddhanta, what the Siddhanti holds on to. Moksha cannot be produced by karma. It's very clear, it is logical. That is for everybody. It is for every people. There is no exception to it. Because it's a fact. Moksha cannot be produced by karma is a fact. Because moksha is Siddha Vishayatvat. Siddha Vishayatvat, it cannot be created. It cannot be produced. What will be the harm if we accept for one person that creates problem? It's dangerous, in fact. If we accept for one person, similarly, you have to accept slowly other people also. Then Jnana Karma Samuchaya will walk in, and the Purva Pakshi will become victorious, and he will dismiss our main Siddhanta, that Jnanena Kaivalyam, that Siddhanta he will dismiss. That itself he will dismiss. So even with regard to the single person, individual person, Arjuna, we cannot accept this. If Bhagavan had taught specifically to Arjuna, even to Arjuna, Bhagavan would not have taught this Jnana Karma Samuchaya. That is our argument. That is our stand. So Arjunasya eva, only for Arjuna alone, buddhihi jayasi buddhihi na anushtheya. Jayasi buddhihi na anushtheya. Only for Arjuna, this buddhi which is jayasi na anushtheya, not to be pursued. Not to be pursued, taught by the Lord. Bhagavata uktam purvam iti kalpayitum na yuktam. It is not yuktam, na yuktam. It is not proper. It is not logical. Kalpayitum, to imagine. It is not proper to imagine what that Bhagavata uktam, that Bhagavan had taught Arjuna to Arjuna Siyeva, only to Arjuna. Jayasi buddhihi na anushtheya iti. That is, this buddhihi na anushtheya, not knowledge. The knowledge na anushtheya should not be pursued. It means this jnanam and karma have to be combined. Jnanam alone you cannot observe. You have to do karma also. Iti. This cannot be na yuktam. This is not yuktam. It is not proper. Kalpayitum, to imagine, even only for Arjuna. Even only for Arjuna, this Upadesha of Bhagavan is not acceptable if Bhagavan had said so. Why it is not? Why it is not? If we accept for Arjuna, if accept for Arjuna, then karma becomes a means for moksha. That dosha, that is a problem. So therefore, yena jayasi chet prashnaha iti prashnaha syat. So yena jayasi chet iti prashnaha syat. If we accept only for Arjuna, this question jayasi chet karma, this if we accept only for the individual Arjuna, this question, it is not possible, it is not proper it is not proper to imagine this Upadesha only for Arjuna. Therefore, Jayasi Chet Prashnaha, it is Upapannam. Therefore, the question of Arjuna is tenable because Bhagavan had not specifically to Arjuna that Jnana Karma Samuchaya Anushtheya iti. Jnana Karma Samuchaya Anushtheya iti. Bhagavan had not taught. Therefore, the question of Arjuna, Jayasi Chet Prashnaha, it is Upapanna. It is Upapannaha, Prashnaha, Upapannaha. So you have to understand. So here Bhashyakara negate. So na kalpayitum yuktam. Bhagavata purvam uktam iti na kalpayitum yuktam. Bhagavan had told before iti, you cannot imagine. Therefore, the question of Arjuna is tenable. Therefore, the question of Arjuna is proper. Bhagavan had not taught Jnana Karma Samuchaya. Therefore, Jayasi Chet Karmanaha iti prashnaha syat. Prashnaha anupapannam syat. Anupapannaha syat. So, Bhagavan had taught Jnanam for everybody, for everyone. Bhagavan had taught karma for also everyone. Karma for what? Karma for Jnana Yogyata Praptyartham. Jnanam for Kaivalya. So, two things separate. There is no combination required for Kaivalya. And that combination as a means specifically not taught to Arjuna. Bhagavan had taught to Arjuna specifically this Jnana Karma Samuchaya iti, you cannot imagine, you should not imagine. Therefore, since it is for everyone, all the people, for Kaivalya Prapti, therefore the question of Arjuna is Upapannaha Prashnaha Upapannaha Syat. So, all this argument, discussions are to establish the tenability of the question of Arjuna. Jayasi Chet Karmanaste. That shloka, simple shloka. Simple shloka, it's simple translation. Jayasi Chet Karmanaste. If compared to karma, buddhi, the knowledge is greater. Why you are engaging in this Gora karma? This is what Arjuna asked. But how much discussion, arguments are there to establish the tenability of the question of Arjuna? So we are bringing Purva Pakshi, discussing this Jnana Karma Samuchaya, mainly Jnana Karma Samuchaya. In that Jnana Karma Samuchaya, we are bringing so many other factors, Pratyavaya, etc. So by all these arguments, we establish that question of Arjuna is tenable. Why it is tenable? Because there is no Samuchaya, therefore it is tenable. If it is Samuchaya, there is no tenability of the question of Arjuna. Therefore, we have proved now the question of Arjuna is tenable. Did Purva Pakshi stop there? No. He is continuing, is arguing further. The next paragraph we will see. We'll see that in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद जी.
धन्यवाद जी.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद जी.
धन्यवाद जी.